Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Trinity Christian Academy, the home of the Conquerors. We are having senior night here at Trinity Gymnasium. That ceremony will come in between the junior varsity and the varsity match. But first, we are going to have the junior varsity Conquerors playing host to the junior varsity Bulldogs of Flagler Palm Coast High School. Hello again, everybody. I'm Ray Bureau and Dean Bureau back on camera here tonight. You're watching Conquerors Volleyball on YouTube, TCA Conquerors Athletics. Drop a comment, let me know you're watching and where from, and if I see your name pop up on the screen, I will give you a shout out because we always appreciate our viewers. If you're not watching, there's no reason for us to do this. So let us know you're watching and where from, especially if you're outside the Jacksonville area, and most especially if you're a fan of the Bulldogs down from Flagler Palm Coast. Match is going to get underway in just a moment. Conquerors are led by head coach Joe Contois in his third season. He is assisted by his wife, Mrs. Hannah Contois, also in her third season as the assistant coach. The principal of Trinity Christian Academy is Dr. Robert Kinder Sr., and the athletic directors are Verlin Dormany and Jonathan Murphy. The head coach of the junior varsity Bulldogs from Flagler Palm Coast, Mr. Anthony Favors, and he is assisted by Miss Nicole Paredes. Their slogan is Relentless Bulldog Pride, and you see that as the varsity Bulldogs are out there cheering on their JV friends and counterparts on the court and pumping them up for what we hope to be a very exciting junior varsity matchup. Conquerors have been on a roll of late, both the JV and the varsity squads, that is. This is the final live stream that we're able to bring you here tonight, both the JV and the varsity. There is one more home game next Thursday night, but unfortunately we are unable to bring that one to you. That's when the Conquerors play Ridgeview. Later this week, it is the Swing for the Cure tournament. That's the varsity tournament down in Orlando. The varsity is heading to that tournament. And Flagler Palm Coast will play at the Spruce Creek tournament on October 8th and 9th as well. That's this coming Friday and Saturday. And as we get opportunities, we'll give you the remaining schedules for both our visiting Bulldogs and the home team Conquerors. Trinity Christian wearing the black jerseys and shorts tonight, with Kelsey Flowers, the libero, in the white jersey, and Flagler Palm Coast in the greens and the blacks, with their libero, Ashley Casson, wearing the white jersey. That was Darcy Cruz with the first serve, and this match is underway, and the Conquerors get the first point. 2 out of 3 here in junior varsity volleyball competition. And Darcy Cruz now looking to put her team out in front 2-0 with a good serve that lands on the floor for the ace. And it's a quick 2-0 lead for Trinity Christian. Sophomore Darcy Cruz serving for the Conquerors. Set up and a really nice return. Kayla Ramirez wears number 11. She's a sophomore. And a big hit. That coming from Haney. And the Conquerors lead 3-0. Allie Haney with that last hit. Avery Haney unavailable for tonight's game, but Allie's out there. And she just got a point for the Conquerors. Good return from Caitlin Holly from the side. But the kill is up, and it is good from Taylin Graham. And the Conquerors have scored the first 4 points. Senior night, just before the varsity match, we will honor Sheridan Beck, Carissa Amon, Allison Carter, Maya King, and Layla Brooks, our 5 seniors for the TCA Conquerors. And the Bulldogs have 2 seniors on their team. Number 17 is Mackenzie Colin Mainin. Hopefully I said that correctly. And Emma LaPipa wears number 28. Those are the senior Bulldogs. Usually, Coach Crystal Dow likes to acknowledge the visiting players, seniors as well, as they deserve just as much congratulations. 5-0 Conquerors lead. Flowers sends this one up front. Taylon Graham with the tap and the point for the Conquerors. Graham went up as if to smash one, but instead tapped it over. It hit off a Bulldog player at the net, and the Conquerors have scored the 6 points to get things started here. Well, while we have this opportunity, we'll go ahead and give you the remaining schedules for both the Conquerors and the Bulldogs, and as usual, we'll start with our guests. We told you about the Spruce Creek Tournament this coming Friday and Saturday. Locations and game times and opponents are still to be determined. On October 11th, Atlantic High School, that is the opponent that Flagler Palm Coast will play. That's their senior night. JV at 6 and varsity at 7 p.m. Flagler Palm Coast will then head to Orange Park High School in Clay County for a JV varsity doubleheader beginning at 6 on October 12th. The next day at Ridgeview, Wednesday, October 13th, at Ridgeview High School, 6 and 7 p.m. And the regular season finale is Thursday, October 14th at Matanzas High School, JV at 5:30 and varsity to follow. And we'll give you the remaining Conquerors games at the next opportunity, but Darcy Cruz is ready to serve, and she has served up the first 6 points for the Conquerors. That one returned well by Emma Thacker, and that's the first point on the board for Flagler Palm Coast. Emma Thacker, a 9th grade setter and middle blocker. Little tongue stumbling going on here. That's all right. Now serving for Flagler, Andy Ressler, a freshman. There's Haney with the big hit, and Haney gets the point for the Conquerors. Avery Haney now serving for TCA. (7-1) Conquerors lead. Set number 1. And a really good play on the return from Kayla Ramirez. However, Taylon Graham right there at the net doing one of her specialties, getting the kill and giving the Conquerors an 8-1 lead. Sophomore Avery Haney serving for TCA. And the ace right inside the back line makes it a 9-1 game. Varsity match is scheduled to begin at 7:30 p.m. Of course, as we always say, that depends on the duration of the JV matchup. Haney once again with a good line drive, but a little too strong and out of bounds. And the Conquerors lead 9-2. Now serving for the Bulldogs, sophomore Kayla Ramirez. We've already seen her make one really good play. That serve just a little bit wide of the stripe, out of bounds, and the Conquerors have a 10-2 lead. Now, Conquerors varsity football will bounce back from that tough loss to Bowles on this past Friday evening, and they are playing at home this coming Friday against Plantation's American Heritage. That's going to be another tough one for the varsity Conquerors. They like to play that tough schedule and get themselves ready for the playoffs, just like most of the coaches in the state of Florida and all around our country do. Kelsey Flowers waits for the whistle. Now she has the whistle, and her serve. That one might have gone out of bounds, but it's kept in play. Third hit, and a nice job by Andy Ressler. Kill attempt inbounds, and a point for Avery Haney and the Conquerors. 11-2 is the score. Trinity Christian leads. Middle school Conquerors are playing at Bowles tomorrow night. That's a football game we're talking about at 6 p.m. Flowers with the serve. And a good play going down low by Ashley Casson. And a whistle with the ball still in flight. A net violation called against TCA. So the point goes to Flagler, and the Conquerors lead 11-3. Of course, now in October, we're about a month away from the first basketball games, and we may not be able to do all of those, but Dean and I will do as many of the home games as we can. And great teamwork up front. Double team block by Ella Thacker and Isabella Stanford. Point for the Bulldogs. Conquerors lead 11-4, and Emma Thacker is back to serve. Haney with the kill to the wide open spot on the left side, and she kept it in bounds. Conquerors lead 12-4. Substitution for TCA, Peyton Martin, a sophomore, checks in and heads on back to serve. Freshman Hope Roberts has a seat. Martin with the serve and got on top of it and put that one right into the net. So point for Flagler. 12-5 is the score. Freshman Lily York now serving for Coach Favors and the Bulldogs. Set up for Haney. Well played by Casson on the defensive side, and a good successful return. Martin with the hit. Casson again from the side. And that one lands out of bounds, but credit Ashley Casson with two really good plays keeping the ball alive. Conquerors, though, do get the point and lead 13-5. Well, I had thought that Allie Haney was unavailable tonight. My mistake. Both Allie and Avery are on the court. And the Conquerors with the point, lead by 10 at 15-5. Timeout Flagler with the score, TCA 15 and Flagler Palm Coast 5. Well, after tonight, Trinity Christian's varsity will play at the Swing for the Cure tournament in Orlando this coming Friday and Saturday. JV has 2 games left. Bishop Snyder on October 12th at Bishop Snyder. JV at 5:30, and the varsity matchup is a district game. That begins at 6:30. And then the regular season finale here on the home court October 14th against Ridgeview High School. JV at 5:30 and varsity at 6:30, and unfortunately we are unable to stream that one. Dean and I will be doing Trinity Baptist College men's soccer. That will be a conference game for the TBC Eagles, so we're going to be up there on the soccer field. Varsity District Tournament begins October 18th, and throughout the tournament, the higher seed in each game will be the home team and play on their own court. Good serve and an excellent return by Casson. There's Casson again, going down low. Third hit comes up a little short, and the Conquerors get the point, lead it 16-5. Allie Haney getting ready to serve. That one hit off the rafter and dropped out of bounds. Well, that rafter, when it stays, that is considered out of bounds when it crosses over. So Conquerors get the point. Avery's serve into the net. Point for the Bulldogs. It is 17-6. When I looked over and saw one of the Haney girls in the bleachers, that is Emma Haney. That is their sister. So my mistake. And a serve right at Flowers. That was Anna Carolina Villar with the serve. Double hit violation called against the Conquerors. So point on the board for Flagler. Trinity leads 17-7. There's Allie Haney going toward the back of the court. Villar made a good play, kept it in the air, but then tapped down onto the court by Grace Cortez Cordova. Conquerors get the point and lead it 18-7. Cortez Cordova now ready to serve for TCA. That one goes out of bounds, and the Conquerors have a 12-point lead. That one comes up just a little bit short. Conquerors have now hit the 20-point mark. Cortez Cordova now serving for the Conquerors. Substitution for Flagler sends Ella Thacker onto the court. She wears number 10. Emma Thacker wears number 5. Ella, a sophomore. Emma, a freshman. Whistle with the ball in flight. An illegal formation called against the Bulldogs. So a point for Trinity. And they are 4 points away from winning set number 1. I'm looking over at the visitor side, and Flagler Palm Coast brought a really good crowd. Of course, the varsity Bulldogs are in the bleachers, but many parents and fans made their way up from Flagler County. And that one drops onto the court. Now Trinity is just 3 points away from winning set number 1. So thank you, Bulldogs fans, for making your way all the way up by 95 and then across that really crazy Buckman Bridge, making your way to TCA. Tell you, I really hope somebody finishes that construction on that bridge before too long. I have to cross that to and from school every day of the week. Haney with the hit makes it 23-7. Emma Thacker onto the court. Ashley Casson checks out. Grace Cortez Cordova with the serve. Hits the ceiling. Third hit. Really good job. That was Kayla Ramirez. Good recognition. However, it's Allie Haney knocking that one down, and the Conquerors need one more point to win set 1. And Cortez Cordova trying to serve up set point. And that is it for set number 1 as the Conquerors win it 25-7. So set number 1 goes to TCA in this best 2 out of 3. We'll take a 3-minute timeout. We'll be back when the young ladies return to the court here on TCA Conquerors Athletics. Set number 2 between the JV Conquerors and Bulldogs, ready to get underway any moment now. Trinity won the first one 25-7. It will be Flagler's serve as we get things started in set number 2. Senior night here at Trinity Gymnasium. In case you're just joining us and missed the announcement, our 5 seniors, they will be honored just before the varsity match begins. The match is scheduled to begin at 7:30. We'll stop this feed and start up a new one for the varsity match. And then, yes, we are going to stream the senior ceremony as well. Officials are checking over the starting lineups, making sure everything is in order, and now getting ready to serve for Flagler Palm Coast is freshman Andy Ressler. She's just waiting for the whistle. Ressler is ready, and there's the whistle. And Ressler with the serve. Set 2 now underway. Haney with the kill, and the Conquerors get the first point. Hey, nice play by Tim Glidden over on the other side. 1-0 Conquerors. Darcy Cruz will serve for the Conquerors. Cruz goes right at Casson, and Casson has played a really good libero tonight. That one, however, is a point for the Conquerors, who lead 2-0. Trinity trying to finish this one in 2. And Flagler trying to win the second and force a third. Ace for Darcy Cruz, and the Conquerors lead 3-0. Cruz gets the whistle. She is ready. And the serve. Third hit by Ressler. Readjusted herself and made a good return. That one might have gone out of bounds, but it's kept in play. Avery Haney with the hit. A diving dig by Casson. Ball still alive. Good job on the defensive side by the Bulldogs. And once again, this is hit number 3, and that one's going to come up short. And the Conquerors win that long battle and get the point and lead 4-0. Darcy Cruz served up the first 6 points of set number 1. So far, 3 in a row here to start 2. Third hit is good from Caitlin Holly. Eden with the hit toward the center. And a point for the Bulldogs. If I saw that correctly, Anna Carolina Villar got that last one over and ended up scoring the point for the Bulldogs. Kayla Ramirez ready to serve for Flagler. Good line drive serve right at Haney. This one's set up for Eden. Back to the court. Thacker sends it up front, then the kill attempt from Holly. Holly reaching all the way back behind her and making a nice return. However, that one from Allie Haney is good for the Conquerors, and it's 5-1 TCA. Avery Haney now serving for Trinity. Third hit, good overhead shot. Taylor Graham with the tap, and she finds open court. Just a nice little fingertip roll for the point, and Trinity leads 6-1. Avery Haney serving, but that one into the net. Point for Flagler, the score is 6-2. Ashley Casson now serving for Flagler. Slight delay as the far side official talking with the scorer's table. And now we're ready. Freshman Ashley Casson comes up a little short. Point for the Conquerors. It's 7-2. Cortez Cordova in, Graham out, and Flowers now serving. And a nice return. Katrina Bystrova a moment ago, number 12. And that results in a point for the Bulldogs. Conquerors lead 7-3. Freshman Anna Carolina Villar ready to serve for Flagler. And Villar, good serve to the back of the court. However, an illegal formation is going to cost the Bulldogs the point. 8-3 Conquerors lead. Coach Favors asking, I'm guessing, about that last call. Now he's checking his lineup, make sure the rotation is correct. If the call stands, it's a 5-point lead for TCA. And now the official checking that rotation and making sure everything is correct. Saw some of our seniors walk in front of your camera just a moment ago. Gymnasium still getting filled up as the TCA student athletes finish up their respective practice sessions. Peyton Martin now serving for the Conquerors, but that one goes into the net. Point for the Bulldogs. They're within 4, 8-4. And now serving for Flagler Palm Coast, Anna Carolina Villar. And I believe that was the problem a couple of moments ago, the incorrect servers. Villar was back at the line. Point for the Conquerors on that last serve, and Allie Haney with the ace makes it a 10-4 game. Timeout called by Coach Anthony Favors, who is also the varsity coach as well. So we'll see more of Coach Favors and assistant coach Nicole Paredes as the varsity Bulldogs come out in just a little while. Meantime, we'll be back here right after this timeout on TCA Conquerors Athletics. Allie Haney ready to get us back underway with her team leading 10-4. Line drive serve kept alive by Ramirez. The third hit is good. Lily York makes the return, but the Conquerors get the point. I believe, if I saw that correctly, that was Grace Cortez Cordova. 11-4 in favor of Trinity. And the serve from Haney into the net. Point on the board for Flagler. 11-5, they still trail. Heading back to serve is Katrina Bystrova. Bystrova's ready. Here's her serve toward the back of the court. Sent up front. This one's set up for Haney. And that point goes on the board for the Conquerors, who lead 12-5. Taylor Graham now in for Kelsey Flowers. Cortez Cordova with the ace, and the Conquerors lead 13-5. And another serve for the point by Cortez Cordova. Trinity 14, Flagler 5. And a timeout called by the Bulldogs. 14-5, it's a score in set number 2. The Conquerors won the first, 25-7. Middle school volleyball also had a match this afternoon. The Independent Middle School Conference Conquerors went down to Orange Park to play St. John's Country Day School. I have no word on how that match turned out yet. The Middle School Conquerors are here on the home court tomorrow. The blue team plays at 4:30, and the Independent Middle School Conference team plays at 5:30, and both will play against the Covenant School of Jacksonville. And that is the final home game of the season for middle school volleyball. Then the Independent Middle School Conference team finishes up the regular season on Thursday at Joshua Christian. Joshua Christian is a new member of the IMSC. Then the middle school tournament, that's October 11th through 15th, so that's next week. And just like the varsity district tournament, the higher seed will be the home team in its own place. Haney with the hit. And that one is called inbounds. And a point for the Conquerors. The officials are going to talk about that one across the court. Flagler pleading the case for out of bounds, but they're not going to win the call. (15-5), the Conquerors lead. That one grazes off the net, stays in play. And then Avery Haney is able to get the point for the Conquerors. 16-5, Trinity leads. Grace Cortez Cordova now serving. Haney goes down for the dig, and then Avery Haney with the kill, and the point for the Conquerors. (17-5) is the score, with Grace Cortez Cordova serving for the Conquerors. And the return effort wide of the stripe, and the Conquerors lead 18-5. Cortez Cordova serves to the back of the court and gets the point. 19-5, Conquerors lead. Substitution for Flagler. Lily York heads out in favor of freshman Chloe Wallace. She's checking in now. That is Chloe there wearing number 24. Cortez Cordova gets the whistle and the serve. Tapped over by Wrestler. And Haney with the big hit, and goes off Casson and into the bleachers. So the Conquerors have a big lead of 20-5. Return by Caitlin Howley, tipped at the net, lands on the floor, and the point for the Bulldogs. 20-6, Conquerors lead. Andy Ressler will get ready to serve for Flagler. Official on the far side again, checking over the rotation. Ressler is ready. She wants to serve. And there's the whistle. Haney with the hit and a really good play by Holly at the net. Returned by Casson. Haney goes up again, but that one was tipped and Casson was ready. Graham with the tap. Another diving play by Casson, but the return unsuccessful. But once again, Ashley Casson got some help from Caitlin Holly on a couple of those exchanges. But the Conquerors get the point and are 4 points away from finishing the match. Darcy Cruz will try to serve up those final 4 points. And that one to the back court, out of bounds, and the Conquerors lead 21-6. Just got word from one of the middle school Conquerors, Kinley Milligan, telling us that they defeated St. John's Country Day in 3 sets. So congratulations to the Conquerors Independent Middle School team. That's a conference win that they got this afternoon down in Orange Park. That point goes to the Bulldogs. It's 22-7 in favor of TCA, and now serving for Flagler, sophomore Kayla Ramirez. Taylor Graham goes up. It is tipped and a return. However, a double hit violation will be called. And the Conquerors need 2 more points to finish the match. Avery Haney will try to serve up those final 2 points. And Haney is blocked at the net on a great play by Caitlin Holly. And she gets a big hand from the fans from Flagler. Well deserved, because that was a terrific play. Haney hit that ball awfully hard, but Holly went up, knocked it down, and got the point. Conquerors still lead, however. Flagler needs to rally. This one into the net, and now the Conquerors have potential match point. Kelsey Flowers will serve, potential match point for TCA. And that will do it as the Conquerors win set number 2, 25-8. They won the first 25-7, so Trinity Christian wins this one in straight sets in the junior varsity match. Senior night coming up in just a little while. We're going to end this feed now and start up a new one as Coach Crystal Dow comes out to honor our 5 seniors. Thank you for